Well, good evening, Everstrong family. Once again, it is my great pleasure to be joining you in the reading of Philippians, and tonight we get to close this book, this letter, in chapter 4. Now, as Paul is one to do, he closes his letters with admonishments or updates on his circumstances or edifications. In this case, he does it all. This entire address is just jam-packed, from letting them know what his circumstances are, as we know the great verse Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. He's referring to the fact that while he is suffering in circumstances, he believes in his heart that through the Lord all things are possible. But this is where it gets great. This chapter is so jam-packed full of scripture, I just want to dive right in with you. So first things first, verse 4. Always be full of joy in the Lord. Again, I say, rejoice. That is a huge thing. We need to always remember to be joyful in the Lord. Doesn't mean our circumstances are great, but God is always good, despite our circumstances. Verse 6, don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank Him for what He has done. Why is that important? Well, plain and simple, because when we remember all the things that the Lord has done, it reminds us how He can and change our circumstances, and it only establishes our faith all the more deeper. And finally, verses 8 and 9. And now, dear brothers and sisters, one final thing. Fix your thoughts on what is true and honorable and right and pure and lovely and admirable. Think about things that are excellent and worthy of praise. Keep putting into practice all that you have learned from me and received from me, everything you've heard from me and saw me doing. Then the God of peace will be with you. There's a lot to unpack there, but the reason being is that Paul is trying to make sure that this message is impactful. So first things first, the last portion of that. We ourselves are meant to be beacons for the Christian faith, and therefore we have to practice what we preach. So when people look to us, they are learning how they should respond, and therefore we need to be very careful by the things that we say and do. And in that, fix your thoughts on things that are pure and right and holy and admirable. All of these things. Ultimately, what this is saying is, fix your eyes on heaven. Stop allowing yourself to be bogged down or distracted by the world, but focus on God and all the many blessings that He has given you, and you cannot be steered wrong. And no matter how challenging your circumstances may be, the Lord will always shed light on where He is and what He is doing for you. Covered a lot today. We covered verse 4, we covered 6, 8, 9, and 13 of Philippians 4. And we are officially closing this chapter, and we are entering the book of Colossians tomorrow. But I just want you to know, once again, it is always my great pleasure to be entering in the reading of Scripture with you. It's an honor and it's a blessing. So in that being said, God bless you. I love you all, and I look forward to seeing you in prayer later on. Bye-bye.